We're being joined today by attorney Jeffrey Kischner. Mr. Kischner, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Jeffrey, your office specializes in disability law issues that include workers' compensation, Social Security benefits, and long-term disability benefits. Are all injured workers eligible for long-term disability benefits?
No. It depends on whether or not they have their own private disability policy. If they don't, whether or not their employer has purchased a policy on their behalf.
Okay, so what should an employee do then?
An employee should find out, obviously they would know if they've purchased their own policy. Second of all, they should contact their employer to find out if there is a policy in place on their behalf. And if so, then they need to get a copy of their entire policy to figure out whether or not, in fact, they are covered under that policy.
How long has your office specialized in disability law?
Our office is specialized in disability law for over 40 years, whether it be workers' compensation, Social Security disability, or long-term disability claims.
Can injured workers call your office and ask questions?
They can always call us about anything whatsoever, especially with regard to injuries, whether it be regarding long-term disability, workers' compensation, Social Security. We're happy to answer any and all questions or issues.
Okay. I've heard that long-term disability claimants who have lawyers win more often than claimants who appeal their denial alone. In your experience, is that true?
It's absolutely true. You have to be careful. These are very fact-specific based on what's contained in the contract. No two contracts are exactly the same, although they are similar. Not having an attorney puts you at jeopardy because you may not understand what the law is. You may not have the resources to get the medical reports that you might need, or be able to contact the doctors and get opinions from doctors that might be necessary for you to be successful. Having an attorney who's experienced at these matters will give you an advantage in terms of being able to put all these things together, as well as interpreting what the contract language has to say, especially when it comes to the preeminent issue as to whether or not you are disabled under the policy.
Okay, so to conclude, what should a person do if they've been denied long-term disability benefits?
Well, if they've been denied long-term disability benefits, a couple things is first that they should make certain that they get a copy of the policy. Second of all, when you get a denial letter, you should take a look at that denial letter because there's some very specific language in there that talks about deadlines. And those deadlines are serious. There's no getting around whatever those specific deadlines are. Third of all, in my opinion, is you should contact an attorney, at least for a consultation, to discuss your case. And if you have a valid claim, if you contact my office, more likely than not, we would probably represent you with regard to the claim. Also, what you should possibly do is talk to your doctor to get your medical records. Also, take the policy with you to your doctor, because in that policy it will indicate what the definition of disability is. And talk to your doctor. You think if your doctor would write a report or at least make some sort of statement that would be consistent with the language in your policy.
So it sounds like the best way to ensure that someone receives the long-term disability benefits they deserve is to discuss their case with an experienced lawyer. Is there anything important that we've missed here that you'd like to say to our viewers who are trying to collect long-term disability?
I think that you can do these policies and handle them on your own. I think that you'd probably be making a mistake to handle it on your own. Not to say that you couldn't do it, and you may very well be able to be successful doing it on your own. I think, though, having an attorney such as my office, who specializes in this and who's handled hundreds of these types of claims, gives you a distinct advantage. Again, we are very familiar with a lot of different policies and will be able to interpret the language of the policy. We are capable with our staff of getting the medical reports that we might need, as well as contacting your doctors and possibly getting reports or opinions that would be helpful with your claim. Also, I think you need to be careful. If you have an attorney or you don't have an attorney, you have to pay attention to what the policy states with regard to deadlines of filing and appeals, and be careful not to file documents too soon. Once you file a document to appeal the claim, that would be considered as filing an appeal of the claim, and you wouldn't be able to file any further documents.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Mr. Kischner.
Thank you.